Alright, what is up guys, and welcome back to part 2 of the Discord bot submissions video. So you lot have been submitting your questions, so this is going to be part 2 of those submissions that you lot submitted in. And make sure you stay to the end of the video, because as you can see, this is Chatgpt in a C# Discord bot. So this is pretty big. So if you want to learn how to do this in a C# Discord bot, then stay to the end and I'll show you the code to write Chatgpt in a C# Discord bot. But for now, let's get on with the rest of the questions and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Okay, so next question is from Brend. So he said, first, how to connect the stream with music on YouTube to the bot so I can turn on the music, something similar to chilled bot. So basically, okay, so like you want to play music from your Discord bot, okay. And then you also said, but with Spotify, how can you integrate the bot to enable Spotify tracks by song title or adding a link? And then you also asked about ChatGPT. Okay, so with this question, I'm going to be doing a video solely based on playing music in a Discord bot, so look out for that video. I won't be answering that question in this video, so make sure you look out for that video where I will be focusing on pretty much playing music in the bot. So like that will probably be the video after this one. So okay, so next question is from Looma. So he asked, basically you want to add a search command. Yeah, okay, so like the idea is to make a command that works so similar to Not So Bot, where you do /image and it gives you an interactive embed where you can scroll through Google results for your query. Okay, so like you want basically like a command to do a Google Images search. Okay, so let's do that. Alright, so once again, we'll make this a slash command. So I'm just going to make a slash command, and then we'll name this image. So just like as an example, and then we'll say, I don't know, Google Images search. So we'll do public async, and then the task Google image search, and then the interaction context CTX, and then I think we pretty much only need one parameter in here, so it's just a, you know, like string search query. So we'll say option, and then this could be the search. So this is going to be your search query, cool, and then this could be a string search. So that's that. So just before we get started, we need another package from the NuGet package manager. So once again, it is a Google API. So we'll search up Google API, and this time we need the custom search one. So I can't find it here, so we'll say custom search. So there we go, custom search V1, I think. Yeah, it is V1, isn't it? Yeah, so it is this one. So install. Cool. Alright guys, so once you've created your method, we need to go back to the Google Cloud Console. So what we're going to do is create just a plain API key for this search command. So what we're going to do is go to credentials, and then what we're going to do is create a new API key. So this is just going to be for any use. So we'll make the API key. So once again, this is just an example. Like you might want to make yours private, obviously. So what we're going to do is create a string API key. So we'll say string API key, and that's going to be equal to the one we just copied over. So that's cool. Next stop, we need to get our custom search engine ID. So what we need to do is go to something called the custom search engine ID of Google. So we say Google custom search service. So there we go. So the programmable search engine by Google. So we need to go in here, and then we click on get started. So we should be signed in with our account and pretty much all that kind of stuff. So okay, yeah, so all we got to do is create a new search engine. So what we're going to do is just say test as an example, and what we're going to do is search the entire web, because we just want, you know, like to search the whole of Google Images based on a query, and we want to enable image search. So pretty much we check all those options, make sure you do I'm not a robot, and then press create. And what we're trying to get is the custom search engine ID. So what we're going to do is go to customize, and then this is our search engine ID. So it's this one right here. So we copy this over, And then what we're going to do is create that variable. So we're going to say string and then custom search engine. So CSE and then ID. And then we paste in our custom search ID. So these are the two variables we need to connect to the Google search engine API and make a search pretty much. So let's do that right now. So let's set up the API just like we did with the YouTube API. So we'll do var and let's say custom search service. And this will be equal to a new custom search service. So there we go. And then we do our new base client service once again. So our new base client. So once again, it's not even imported from me. So base clients service dot initializer. And then we need to make sure to open and close these brackets. So whoops, let's do that. And then close it right here. So once again, I need to import the Google API services. That's cool. Okay, so once again, let's set our API key as the passed in API key up here, and then the application name as test. So to perform the search. So notice how it's very similar to the YouTube API, but instead of searching for a YouTube video, it's just going to be searching for images. So what we do is we make a request. So we say var list request, and then we say custom search service CSE and then list. So this is what we want. So let's set up this search query. So we say list request and then the CX. So CX is the programmable search engine ID. So that's the CSE ID up here. So we pass in the CSE ID. That's cool. Next is the search type. So this user wanted like image searching. So we need to specify that we're searching Google images. So we say list request and then search type is equal to the CSE resource list request search type enum and then image. So this ensures that we're searching for just images only. And then our query, our search term, is the one we pass it up here. So the list request and then Q. So Q is for the query, as you can see here, is our search. Cool. So we've set up our search, our search variable. So now the next thing we need to do is just execute the search. So once again, we do a var search. So this is the actual search that we're about to execute. So we say await. And then we say list request and then execute async. So that's pretty much cool. So whoops, I literally renamed it to search thingy. So I have to save variables up here. So let's get the results of this search. So we say var results is equal to the search request dot items. So the items is what actually contains our images. So let's do an if statement to see if the search actually got some results. So we say if the results is equal to null. So basically what this if statement is saying, if the results variable doesn't have anything, if it's null, or if the results doesn't have anything in it, then we say await and then ctx respond async. So no, actually let's do await ctx defer async. Make sure you don't do that. So we'll do ctx.edit response async, and then we'll say new Discord webhook builder, and then we'll say with content, and then we'll just say, I don't know, no results found. So this is for no results, so we'll make sure to return. But if it did get any result, then we say var first result. So this will get the first result here equals results dot first. And then we could just display this. So we could say await and then ctx and then edit response async with a new webhook builder, and then we'll say with content as no, actually, like let's make an embed. So we'll say var embed equals new Discord embed builder, pass in the search, and then the image URL is going to be the URL of the first result. So we say first result, and then we get the URL. So it's the link in this case. So that's cool. And then we'll do the color as, I don't know, Discord color, and then Azure. So we can add the embed onto here. So add embed as the embed. So what this should do is we pass in a search term, and then it's going to like use the API to perform this search, and then it's going to get the first image, and then it's going to send it back to the channel. So let's try this out. So let's click on start. There we go, image. So let's just search for a car. So let's press car and then enter, and then let's see what happens. So there we go. Pretty much works perfectly fine. So let's do I don't know, a Lamborghini. So So let's search for a Lambo. So let's see what comes up as the first image. So there we go. It's got the first image for a Lamborghini. Let's do one more as an example. So let's search up, I don't know, search up Goku. So there we go. It's got the first image for Goku. So this is just to show an example of how it works. But hopefully this teaches you how to get an image from the YouTube API. So now what you can do is take this code and tweak around with it. So maybe get more images and maybe add buttons onto these embed messages to get the next or previous images. So like using what I taught you in the event handler video for buttons, maybe you could figure out a way to get maybe 10 images and have a nice user interface here where we can shift through all 10 images in the embed message. So take this code and try and do that. So that's a bit of a challenge for you lot. So but that's how you implement your search, Google search API in a Discord bot. So hopefully that answered your question. So your question should hopefully be answered. So where you do /image and it gives you an interactive embed where you can scroll through the Google results for your queries. So now let's get on to the last request, which is Chatgpt, which is a request that a lot of you have been asking. So I'm going to show you how to implement Chatgpt into your Discord bot in C#. So for Chatgpt, we're going to make this a / command. So we'll say / command, and then we'll name this Chatgpt. So we'll say, I don't know, ask Chatgpt a question. Cool. So we'll make the method for it. So public async. We need the interaction context, CTX, and then we need the message, right? So we're gonna put option, and then the message. So or pretty much a query makes sense, query. So query type. So what you want to ask Chatgpt. So we'll say string and then query. All right, and that's pretty much our main / command setup. So for Chatgpt, there is a specific API that we can use. So once again, it's all in the NuGet package manager. So the API we need for this is called OpenAI, I think. So we search up OpenAI. So yeah, it's this one. So yeah, a simple C# net wrapper library to use with OpenAI's Chatgpt 3. We're going to install OpenAI right here. So we'll press install. So that's cool. So we've got the Chatgpt API installed. So next we need to get our API key for Chatgpt. So what we're going to do is go to Chatgpt's API website. So Chatgpt API. So we'll search up Chatgpt API keys, and then we should be able to go on this website here. So we need to log in. So let me close all of this. So yeah, like if you search up Chatgpt API, then you should be able to be in this website. So with Chatgpt, I believe it costs money. It is quite cheap. It is like 0.002 cents every 1,000 tokens or something along those lines. But yeah, like we do get a free trial, so don't worry, it is still free to some extent. So what we're going to do is create a new secret key. So this is pretty much just like the API keys that we've been using in Google all this time. It's the same thing, but for ChatGPT. So we're going to create a new secret key. So there we go, we'll copy this. So make sure you do copy it, because once you press OK, it doesn't actually save it for you. You know, it like just sort of hides it. So we need to copy that, and then we're going to paste it in here. So what we're going to do is initialize the API. So what we'll do is say var API equals new OpenAI API. So this is the package that we just downloaded. So we'll put in our API key over here. It's without the thing, so there we go. Yeah, so make sure to import it into the usings. So this is how you initialize the API. It is a little bit different to the Google one, because we have to actually declare it first and then set it over here. But with the ChatGPT API, all we need is just the key. So that's it. So next is to make a chat, because if you know in ChatGPT, so if I open up ChatGPT, there's multiple chat windows that we can access. So we need to create a new chat window. So what we do here is say var chat is equal to API, and then we say chat create conversation. So create conversation right here. Cool. So this is the, you know, like the same as just pressing new chat up here. So that's it. So we've created our conversation. So now we'll just get it to pretty much output a starter message. So we'll say chat, and then we'll say append system message. So append system message. So this will be like a starter message. So we'll say type in something. So type in a query. So like if you know in ChatGPT, there's all these different options here. So there's some examples. So it's pretty much the same idea. That's it. So that's the system message. So now we need to actually pass in the query. So what we want to ask ChatGPT. So what we say is chat and then append user input right here. So this is what passes in our user input into the ChatGPT, and then it gets the results for us. So we say append user input, and then we pass in our query. Simple as that. So that's all cool. So once we've passed in our query, the next thing to do is get the response to that query. So we want to get the answer to the question. So it makes sense, right? So we say the string response is equal to await, and then we say chat, and then we say get response from chatbot. So we do that. So that's our response. So now we've just got to put this in a nice embed message. It's quite simple, to be honest. So, you know, like a lot of the work has just been done through the API. That's it. So the code is pretty simple. So what we do is create a nice embed message. So var output embed, and that equals to a new Discord embed builder, and then we'll set the title as the results to the query. So query, and then we'll set the description as the response. So that will pretty much format it all nice and neat for us. So we'll provide the color as green, because you know ChatGPT is the green color. So Discord color, and then green. Cool. So all we got to do now is send this message to the channel, and once again we'll make sure to defer the message. So await CTX, and then defer async, and then we'll make sure to edit the response. So await and then edit response. CTX edit response async, and then we'll create a new webhook builder, add the embed as the output embed. So this should work. So let's give it a try. Let's press start. So you know, like this is a pretty big request, but you know, it's in C#. I don't think anyone's made a video on it. So you know, all right, let's go back to our server. All right, cool. So we have ChatGPT here. So let's ask it a question. So this like this is pretty cool because like ChatGPT actually formats code for us. So like like in Discord you can do this and then do console.writeLine. Like, as you can see, it formats it nice and well. So ChatGPT can actually do that for you. So how to output a message to the terminal. So let's say, I don't know, bash output something to the terminal. So let's press enter and let's see what it does. So it's thinking. So the API does take a bit, and there we go. Wow, that's pretty cool. So to output something in the terminal using bash, you can simply use the echo command followed by the text that you want to display. For example, echo hello world, and as you can see, it's put it in code blocks. So that's pretty cool, right? Let's ask ChatGPT, I don't know, let's say how to output something in C#. So this should say console.writeLine. So let's see. So yeah, there we go. You can use the console.writeLine statement to output something in C#. Here's an example. So if I actually do this in the real life ChatGPT, then it should just be the same thing. So let's paste that in. How to output something in C#. There we go. It's saying console.writeLine, and then it does the code for us. So it's the same idea, but we're doing it in a C# bot, which is pretty cool. So that's how you implement ChatGPT into a C# Discord bot. I don't know if anyone's made a video on it yet, because like I know people are doing it in Java and Python Discord bots, but not C#. So hopefully this video sorts that out for you. So that's the end of question time. Your questions were insanely interesting, I can't lie. I've learned a lot from it. I'm sure the viewers will learn a lot from it too. So I want to say a huge thank you to everyone who submitted questions. Your ideas are going to help so many of the viewers that are watching this video right now, seriously. So yeah, it was a pretty interesting session, loads of APIs, like loads of cool stuff that we can do, a lot of it was APIs. So, like in a way, this video pretty much covers APIs pretty much by itself. So yeah, once again, if you have any questions, then obviously make sure to join the Discord server or leave a comment. I'm still accepting questions, so don't worry, this is not the end. You can still ask as many questions as you want. I'll be doing more of these videos where I will respond to your comments and you approach ideas or approach anything that you want to submit. So I'm pretty much open in the Discord server if you want to ask any questions. So hopefully that taught you a lot. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Peace out.